Good morning, Rabotai. On Shabbat was the Hilula of Rabbi Yitzchak Abu Chatzera, the son of Rabbi Masud Abu Chatzera, the younger brother of Baba Sali. He was born in 1897 in the city of Risani. And there, Baba Chaki went to yeshiva and became a great Talmid Chacham, learned with all the Tzaddikim Mishpachat Abu Chatzera. And the quality that stood out the most from him is that while Baba Sali took care of the yeshiva, he took care of the city and was a very devoted Rav. As a matter of fact, when he decided to move to Eretz Yisrael, what happened was that he originally, on his way, he said he's going to stop off in Algiers first. In Algeria, he walked into a Bet Knesset that apparently was too modern to his liking, so he started making a minyan on his own, and he saw that the destitute level of religion that there was there. He stayed for 3 or something years teaching Torah to the community before he went to Eretz Yisrael. Eventually he came in 1949. When he came back, down from the boat, he actually went to Marseille. Marseille took a boat. He didn't tell anybody once he got to the shores of Israel who he was, and he asked that his name should be written as Yitzchak Abu Chatzera and he should work the land like everyone else. When they called a roll call the next day and they mentioned his name, Yitzchak Abu Chatzera, come to work the land, everybody got very upset. How could that be? How are you telling the Rav to go and to work on the land like us? He's an important Rav. The person behind the counter didn't know, but he was caught in an ambush. But Rabbi Yitzchak Abu Chatzera said, leave me alone. I want to be able to work with my own hands the land of Eretz Yisrael. And that was really a motto in his life. As great as he was and diligent as he was in Torah, he made himself available to everyone all the time with tremendous humility. There's testimonies how he didn't get angry, and he would always, whatever people asked from him, they would ask him to go to this place, to that place. He would always be readily available in helping people in whatever way possible. As a matter of fact, on that bitter day in 1970, when he was asked by someone to visit Baba Sali, he said sure. He went with the person in the car. They went in a Volkswagen van, and on the way back, Lo Aleinu, he was in a car crash. He is apparently there are those who say Baba Sali tried to convince him not to go, but unfortunately the Hashgacha had it that him and 2 other people were niftat in that horrible car crash on Chav Zayin Be'adar. The day before he passed away, he wrote a letter to a Rav that needed chizuk, and he writes to him, and this is the motto of his life, of the quintessential and devoted Rav of the community. He wrote to him in a letter that he should, even if he's not getting paid by the community, not getting paid much, he has to look that whatever he's doing is l'shem shamayim, that he is building up the community. And even if one person is saying Yamin Yeshmi Rabba or Baruch Baruch Shemo, we can fathom such a schar, and that gives the greatest nachat ruach to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore, even people, if they're going to speak about you, he says, there's a saying in Arabic that the camel doesn't see his own nose, he sees the nose of the next person. And therefore he says, there's all people always going to be speaking about each other, about someone else. You just focus on what you're supposed to do. That was the classic, we'll call it the classic advice, the classic way that he lived his life. As I mentioned, Baba Chaki came to the shores of Israel. He didn't want anybody to know who he was. But once they discovered that he was there, Hagon Rav Yosef Shlush took him to the office of Rav Ben Zion Chai Uziel, the chief rabbi of Israel at the time in 1949, and he told him, you're going to be the Rav of Ramle and of Lod, of the Kahal, of the Moroccans that are there. And ever since he was appointed in that position, he dedicated himself. It didn't matter if he had an appointment with the great leaders of the state, that he would be with them. A person who was a common folk needed him right after, he was there for him as well. That was Baba Chaki, הגאון רב יצחק אבוחצירא נפטר חווה, זין באדר, ית נשמתו צרורה בצרור החיים.